come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go. Waiting. Hey, bunch. Shoot. Whip. Pilot, 64, weak. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill. Wait, son.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And incomplete to open things up. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, box drop.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Throwing is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, exit.
That's trash. Check Mike, not. I'm coming. Check Mike, not.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
57, 74.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he finds Howard complete. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 7.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 34. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Yeah, Frank. They kill. They force Tokyo. Hey, Orbit. What you done?
To throw is Wentz. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey, 22!
Here's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, forward Tokyo!
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. to throw again. Stafford. And he'll find Hall.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Bravo. Omaha, remove. Check. Check. Hey.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Jackson. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a...
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
A gain of 14.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Middle. Go. Easy.
Check. Walk 54.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Zero.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, watch
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play action. Now Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Check Mike 54. Hey, Red! Mike 54. You must be dreaming.
Five.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54.
Hey, quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Double right. Don't get nervous. Come on.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Like 7.
54. Mike 54. Focus defense. Hey. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Throwing is Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Now Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 27, Wentz.
I call that play a success.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on.
He's got a man, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Some penetration.
Mike 7. Mike 7.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end. And this is caught inside the 5. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I know he ain't got it.
Shift.
No. Off.
Now Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Well, pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing deep for Galladay. It's caught at the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
32. Right there. 54. Right there.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second
half? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Easy, easy.
Me. I got this. Hey,
22.
Check 54.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I got you.
Hey, Echo. Hey, 70.
Right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Patch it. Hey, one set. Check right.
10.
54. Let's put him on the bus.
Hey.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Hey, Haywood.
Throwing again is Stafford. This complete to Jones. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the final tally.
Check. White, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check Mike, 99. Better bring it. You better bring it.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Check Mike, 99.
Go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Aguilar has it.
We play to win. Let's go.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Eagles. 1st down.
You better be ready.
1st and 10 at the
4 feet.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Wentz again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Hey, easy, easy. Hey, 50.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, watch this.
Smooth.
Check Mike 50.
Throwing again. Stafford. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6-6.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, 70. Stay 50, stay 50.
Double up.
Hey. 20.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Hall. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time.
First down, Detroit.
0. Pilot, 64, weak.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
So don't say nothing.
Mike's 54.
Hey.
54. In your face.
Middle.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Watch twist. Watch that.
To try again after the sack. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert!
Check Mike 54.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. After the interception, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey. 32. White. 21. Check 43. Hey, box truck. To the middle, let's go.
To throw again. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Easy.
Stafford on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 54. Hey, team 6. Check three. Hey, I need one over here.
Throwing again. Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Or is the scouting report changing?
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, watch it. Ram. Motion.
Throwing now is Wentz. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Man 5-7. Hey, Charlie.
On third and long, it's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Wentz now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Check pass. Flag. Rush in.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Solid. Hey, zoom.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Great coverage there, holds them to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Check. Lucky. Zero. Lucky. Watch the safety creep. Hey, goes behind.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 3-yard line.
Draw Porter.
57 to Mike.
Hey, give me radar.
57 to Mike. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Right, 22, alert, bravo. Hey.
Right there, 54 Mike. Right here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They forced a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down.
Watch the shot.
10.
57 to Mike.
40 got. Easy.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, watch that.
21.
Mike, 54.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jannard Avery in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the slip.
Hey.
Check. 53's Mike.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Go.
Easy.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Going to throw right side here. Complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
53, ready? Hey,
54. Hey, man.
They snap it to Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. Hey.
Move on the hard, move.
Shoot.
To the air again, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
81.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.